Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So today I want to, briefly talk about my opinions on Black women and what I see as their addiction to pain, abuse, manipulation, whatever you want to call it. What I've been seeing is that a lot of Black women are simply comfortable in the positions that they're in, comfortable with the abuse. So listen, before I get into it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that like button. Listen, and we're gonna get this discussion popping, okay? I see Black women continue for some odd reason to consume Black male content on YouTube, and just continue to involve themselves in these conversations, try to get advice from Black men who, the vast majority of them, simply do not have Black women's best interest at heart. They fundamentally don't like Black women, and you should never, ever consult or ask for or solicit advice from people who do not have your best interest at heart. Another reason I feel like Black women are addicted to pain and suffering is because Black women continue to make poor choices that don't benefit them, choices that make their life harder, simply put. Whether that is continuing to be in relationships that you're not fulfilled in, relationships where your needs aren't being met, continuing to surround yourself with people who cannot, will not, and have no desire to uplift you, continuing to bring in children into the world in poverty, continuing to bring children into the world in situations where it's just not healthy. Black women really need to understand their divinity. Not everybody will, and I understand that. All of these Black women are all of a sudden, talking about how Black women are go unprotected, Black men don't protect them, who protects Black women, all of these things. That may be true, but the bottom line is you have to deem yourself worthy of protection. How do you deem yourself worthy of protection? Value yourself, understand your worth, because when you do that, a lot of things you simply will not put up with, period. And once Black women starts to understand their divinity, starts to understand their worth, start to understand how much quality, how much we really deserve in this world, then Black women will start waking up. Now, I do see that a lot of Black women are waking up, but because we have been so far left, we really need to push, and we really don't have time to play around. This is life or death for Black women, especially in the Black community. Obsessing over a group of men who simply do not love them. Now, I understand that they're the men of your community, but at the end of the day, it's your job to look out for yourself, and you really can't expect other people to do but so much. And I find and I see that Black women will accept any and everything just to say they have something. Just because you're in a relationship, that doesn't mean the relationship is benefiting you. That doesn't mean that it's a healthy relationship. And no, you don't get brownie points, and you're not better than someone who's single because you're in a relationship but you're miserable. The vast majority of Black women are breadwinners in their household. The victimhood, the victim mindset, the victim mentality, that's kind of the space I feel like we are in. Can you be a victim? Sure. But you also have to, it's not nobody is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. If everybody else in the world except Black women are looking out for themselves and putting their needs first, why aren't you? And there is nothing noble about suffering. And I really think sometimes that Black women believe that because they feel like they're at the bottom of the totem pole, they feel like we go unprotected more than any other group, that somehow that somehow creates nobility, when it doesn't. You aren't noble for allowing yourself to be a doormat. You just have no self-esteem, you have no self-worth, and that is something that each and every one of us need to work on until we get to the point where we set high standards. I'm not saying everybody should expect to be rich, expect a rich man, a wealthy man. Everybody is not going to. It's about logic, reasoning, and smart choices, okay? Now, I don't consume black male content, but I will say this, things pop up on my page. I've seen other black women talking about it. And I've definitely seen videos before where black women are calling or asking advice from black male YouTubers or from black men in any platform or wherever. And black men are simply being rude to them, simply being mean, dragging and nitpicking every little detail. Listen, the bottom line is majority of black men simply do not like black women. They don't like blackness. They don't like blackness on anybody. And I will argue that they don't like women in general, because it's not like they get non-black women collectively and then treat them any better. You have to learn the difference between harsh truths from somebody that love you, tough love, and people who are just trying to manipulate you and chip away at your self-esteem and essentially give you bad advice. Never take advice from black men collectively. It is not okay for people to belittle you in the name of telling you the truth or in the name of trying to make you ready for a man. I really want black women to understand what manipulation is. See, men have manipulation down to a science, okay? So a lot of times, sometimes they don't even know they're doing it. When somebody plays with your psyche, when somebody plays games with you, hot and cold behavior, love and hate, constantly giving back and forth, it creates addiction, okay? In any form. It creates I forgot what the scientific word is, but it creates the reward system of your brain, and it creates the desire and the longing to please, the desire to grasp that feeling back. And that is how black women stay in relationships for so long with the worst men in the world. It's because they try to hold on to those few good moments, even though 8 out of the 10 moments were horrible. If they experience 2 good, overly great moments, they spend years trying to get that back. Really smart men use that to manipulate women. So I need black women to be aware of this. That is what keeps you hooked. Another reason is conditioning, religious conditioning. The fact that a lot of black women think is noble, I don't know if it has something to do with Jesus dying on the cross and sacrificing, that black women think if they suffer that they're at some point gonna get a reward. Listen, if you believe in Jesus, then know that Jesus died for you so you don't have to then suffer, okay? So no, it's not noble to suffer. It's not noble to allow yourself to be abused and manipulated in the name of some greater reward that's gonna come at some infinite date, okay? So listen, that is all that I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.